Hi, I'm Worm. Welcome to Worm Studio. Before I get into it, I just wanted to show some other 3D printed things that I've painted. A dinosaur and a snail for myself, which was a filled version of this guy, and this blender rocket for my dad. And before we printed the whole cow, we made a little test print to see what paints worked, since I haven't painted this specific filament type before. We found this adorable Highland cow model on Thingiverse, link in description, and printed it in white PETG. The finished cow had some extremely rough edges and bumps all over it. You can see it really well on the horns. So I took a file and gently filed away all the little lumps and leftover pieces from the supports as neatly as I could without destroying the print. Then I just went right into the painting process. I'm using regular acrylic paint for this since on my test cow it held up just fine, and all my other 3D printed figurines are painted with acrylics as well. I went back and forth a few times between making a more realistic color scheme or making it match the other animals that I showed in the beginning, and I went for option 2. Painting the whole thing a light brown didn't seem very fun. I wanted to give the fur a bit of a gradient so that it wasn't just one flat color, but I don't think it showed up as well as I would have liked in the end. And since the sculpt has a very heart-shaped nose, I thought it would be fitting to make it red. I used the same color for the inside of the ears. At first I wasn't sure if I wanted the face and feet to be darker or lighter than the fur on top, and just started painting the feet and belly red, but ended up leaving the face white because I didn't want to lose the cute heart nose. I did end up giving the underside a bit of a gradient as well to break up all the red. With the belly done, I took my smaller paintbrush and started defining the edges and strands of the long fur a little bit more. I gave the underside a second layer and then painted the face white to clean up the edges of the color and also match the texture to the rest. Then I got started on the horns by painting them white as a base. I painted the tips of the horns with a golden yellow and blended that into the white base to make a gradient. And that's how I accidentally matched this cow to the dinosaur from the beginning. You'll see it at the end of the video again. With a few final touch-ups in the white, cleaning up some edges and another layer on the nose, the painting portion is done. protect the paint and prevent it from chipping off, I took my Dispersionsbinde, which is basically like varnish, and gave the whole figurine a thick coat to really seal everything in. I also did this with my other prints and it worked well. And this is the finished Highland cow. Here you can see how I unintentionally matched the dinosaur's color palette perfectly, but I'm not mad about it. It makes it very cohesive. If you enjoyed watching me paint, I'd appreciate it if you consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching.